Hello everyone, it's Shel from Paper Rock TO Studio. Today I'm sharing with you a little fun and weird and silly tag that I made for the Tag It Tuesday group on Facebook. Every month there is a challenge, and this month it is a color challenge using yellow, red, blue. So the primary colors. So to start off my tag, I just took some archival inks and dragged them. This is very technical, dragging across the tag to make kind of a plaid. Just to get the colors on there to break up the background, because was I precise? No. Was I careful? Not too much. But it looks fine. It's maybe a little bit bright and busy, but it was fun and it worked great. So easy way to make a background to break that blank page or tag. Just drag some ink across it. Of course, I also edged the edges with the blue, and then now I'm using a couple Stampin' Up stamps. These are just little background stamps, probably not available anymore from Stampin' Up, but you can certainly get something like this, or probably already have something like this, or you can even carve it yourself. So, real simple little things. Then I got some scraps of different text papers. I was looking for papers that were the same color as the manila tag. This is a shipping tag, just your standard shipping tag. I have a box of 1,000 of these that I ordered from Amazon. I'll put the links below if you want tags or archival ink or any of this stuff. But yeah, I decided to grab a couple little scraps out of my scrap bin that are text in the background, and then draw some chickens. Why did I pick chickens? This kind of reminded me of a tablecloth, like in a country kitchen, like a country diner tablecloth or something. I don't know. But I just thought, crazy chickens. That's just what popped into my head. And of course, we've all seen the art with the stacked up chickens, or else the cow and the pig and the rooster and the whatever, the farm animals. And that's just kind of what I was thinking of. So I just decided to draw some silly little illustrations of some chickens. And right now the chicken doesn't have any legs. Well, I drew legs, but did I want to cut out those tiny little things? No. I will just draw those on later after I attach it to the tag. So then I decided to use my Spectrum Noir alcohol markers. These are new to me. I've hardly used them. So I'm just picking colors. I didn't spend a lot of time fussing about it, and maybe I should have. I probably could have got something a little bit nicer if I had really tested out the colors, looked at my color swatches, but I didn't. I was just grabbing. So still not a pro at alcohol markers. They're very new to me, and whatever. I used them to color. At least I used them. The illustration pen that I use, that is probably something that does make a difference. I used a Pitt pen, and that's a medium nib. The wallet that I have has multiple sizes. But the thing about the Pitt pen is that it is made out of alcohol ink. So, not alcohol ink. Wow, what am I saying? India ink. So it's permanent. It doesn't run when I use these alcohol markers over it. There are some other pens that will. The alcohol in these Spectrum Noirs or Copics or whatever markers will make your black lines smear and run. So you need to be paying attention to what kind of ink you're using to make your illustration if you're going to color it with alcohol markers. I really like the Pitt pens. Who are those from? Faber-Castell, I think. I don't know. That's the ones that I use for my illustrations all the time. Just like how they are. So one chicken's not enough. I decided to make some more chickens. This time this chicken is facing the other direction because that suits my composition a little bit better. I'm using my graphite pencil, my mechanical pencil to draw, and then I go over it with my illustration pen. I am not confident enough in my drawing to be able to just draw it with pen and call it good. I always draw in pencil first because pencil's erasable and this pen is not. So that's how I do it. Then I use, of course, a white eraser to erase the excess pen lines where I've gone a little bit crazy, made adjustments or multiple lines or whatever. I think this one might be a rooster because it has that little waddle under its chin, but maybe the others are hens. I'm not sure. They're just silly looking chickens, and I mean, I think you can tell they're chickens even without deciding whether they're male or female. Just silly, whimsical look on the chickens. So, because why not? Why not have a stack of chickens? Why would you have a stack of chickens? I don't know, but why not? So I'm of course cutting these out once they're done. That would be referred to as fussy cutting. And this video is sped up 4 times fast so that you don't have to, you know, watch a long, crazy amount of drawing and cutting and things. So that's why the video is only 12 minutes long instead of even longer, because this was a pretty quick tag. It took me almost an hour to do, which is pretty quick in comparison to some of my other projects. So this one is facing forward with her little wings out, like she wants to give you a hug. It's a hugging chicken. To be honest, I've met chickens. My grandma used to have chickens, and I don't think that I know any chickens that would actually hug you. They seem to be more interested in pecking than hugging. But hey, some people I think probably have a pet chicken that might be really friendly. I don't know. And I guess maybe we can say this tag is in honor of Sherry's chickens, because Sherry is the one who has the Tag It Tuesday group, and she had to deal with a hurricane and chickens and worrying about them getting flooded in their pen or coop or whatever you call it. So these might be Sherry's chickens. She'll let us know when I post it in the in the group. She can tell me what their names are. I figure one of them's got to be Henrietta, because a hen would be named Henrietta, right? It's got to be. I don't know. I'm just talking because I have nothing else to say, so I'll just talk about nonsense, because that's just who I am, nonsense girl. So this last one is a baby chick hatching out of an egg, because that's smaller. I kind of started with bigger chicken, smaller, to make kind of like a pyramid shape. I guess I thought that would work compositionally. So now I'm attaching these chickens to my tag, and I'm using a glue stick, getting it on there real heavy, and then smoothing it down with the edge of a credit card, gift card, something, whatever, to make sure there aren't any bubbles in it. Works pretty well for this type of paper. I didn't feel like getting out the matte medium and the whole shebangy. I just wanted to do something quick. Now the chickens are going to get some feet. I think there's a band named Chickenfoot. I think it has Ted Nugent in it. But I might be making this up, but I'm pretty sure there is. So then, to help the chicken stand out from the background, I decided to do some shadows around them. And rather than using black, because this is a red, yellow, blue challenge, I decided to use a blue Inktense pencil. These pencils are water reactive, you know, so you can blend them, but then once they're dry, they're permanent. Not that I'm going to put anything else over this, but if I was, that would be a good feature to have in a pencil. And I've of course been using my white Posca pen off and on to add highlights, just to make the illustrations more dynamic. And a water barrel brush, that's a brush that has water in the handle that squeezes out or at least it's supposed to squeeze out. I need to soak all of mine because they've all got probably acrylic paint in the little valves and they won't squeeze out the water anymore. I'm getting pretty frustrated with them. Okay, so what do I need next? I think I'll do some splatters. Just using some of the titanium white fluid paint that's in my little fine liner and a little tiny brush to just kind of splatter. I was kind of thinking about eggs and farm eggs and how they have little dots on them. So that's why I thought of splatters. Also, I just like splatters. Or maybe they're called splashes. I think the girl I watch, Vicky, I don't know how to say her last name, starts with a P. She calls it splashes. She puts some splashes on. She always puts splashes on everything. And I'm down with that. I like splashes or splatters or whatever you want to call it. So then I used a piece of red cardstock to back up my tag. I like the way this looks. It gives it an edge and makes it a little bit thicker and also covers up any stuff you might have gotten on the back of the tag, which happens frequently in my case. And then to finish it off, just going to put some ribbons on. And I decided to use this rickrack because I thought that that looked like something, I don't know, it looked country. So decided to use that and then some gingham ribbon and some solid ribbon. So if you've enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment so I know you were here. Subscribe if you haven't already and turn on that little notification bell so you know when a new video comes out. And of course, share it if you like it on Facebook, Pinterest, wherever you want to. Those things really help out my channel. That's it for me. Thanks. Bye-bye.